In this video, we're going to be taking a look at R4-G9 for the Revenge of the Sith line. It's part of the sneak preview wave. This droid is Obi-Wan's replacement droid after his other R4 was destroyed in the space battle above Coruscant there. So this is the droid that accompanies him to Utapau in the sinkhole. And I think that's pretty much all the scenes we really see him in. Of course, Obi-Wan's fighter leaves along with the droid. And I think that's pretty much the last time we see him. So not exactly sure where his ultimate fate is, but it'd be interesting to read about it. I would not be surprised if I got on a site like Wikipedia and there's a whole description as to exactly what happens. But this is a pretty cool droid. For being a sneak preview action figure, it's very nice. The other ones, there was an Utapauan warrior, General Grievous, this droid, and a Wookiee warrior. And I think those were the four. And this is the only one out of the four I have. And I think this wave was released maybe a month or two before the actual Revenge of the Sith line debuted. So there wasn't a whole lot of leadway. Maybe at the very end of 2004. Kind of forget. And I don't really recall seeing these sneak preview action figures in stores at the time. I distinctively recall just before the Revenge of the Sith wave debuted in stores, the only action figures I could find in retail at the time were the OTC action figures from 2004. For some reason, those weren't selling. I never really saw these sneak preview ones. So let's take a closer look at this droid. Of course, this is his accessory. It's a pretty nice dome color. I was reading something interesting about this, but I didn't recall seeing this back in 2003, but apparently they did a fan vote as to what color do you want R4's replacement to be, and this is the color scheme that won, which is kind of interesting that if that's true, they would do a fan vote for that, because wouldn't that be kind of a spoiler knowing that R4, the red R4 is not going to make it? But it's not something that was heavily advertised, and I don't recall seeing it back in the day. But interesting story. So as you can see, his eye there, it's very reflective. Light reflects very easily off of it. It's very nice, kind of like an orangish color. And the rest of his dome is pretty consistent. It's, like I said, more of this bronze color. Maybe a little bit of a pinkish tint to it, I guess. And it's reflective for the rest of the body. I think at the time this may have been all new R2 mold. Don't quote me on that. And you can see the rest of the details here. It does have the wire sticking out of its feet there. And for the third leg, this is one where you rotate the head all around. And it just pops out at the bottom here. And I think this is one that, this one works pretty good. Sometimes with this type of combination, the droid with the third leg here, sometimes you can't really rotate this foot at all, and then sticking out like that, then you have it in that position. But this one you can get all three legs pretty flush with the ground, and of course it just rotates back in. And the articulation is pretty standard for the droid. The swivel at the dome, swivel at the shoulders here, and the swivel feet, and of course the swivel for that third leg as well. And then it does have the wheels at the bottom of all three. Then for its one accessory, which is a pretty interesting one, it's a holographic projection of a planet here. And I think this is in the particular scene where Commander Cody and Obi-Wan are discussing the plans for Utapau just before Obi-Wan takes off. And what you do is you can see it has that little plug there. You plug it through its projector right there. And it stays in place pretty good. It looks really nice. I don't think that's something that Hasbro really attempted before up until this. And I know I do have a few other droid molds, like Wedge Antilles droid right here, that does have that. And this accessory does work with them as well, as you can see. So any droid that has that little bit of a hole right there, it will work for. But that's pretty much all I can tell you about this droid. So would I recommend it for your collection? Obviously, if you're a big fan of astromech droids, it's a must-have, and it is a unique one at that. The unique accessory and a very nice paint deco. Here he is with Obi-Wan here. They look really good together. And it's a fairly affordable droid. I got this maybe 3 years ago, and I only paid anywhere in the $5 to $10 range for them. So not a big deal at all. And even if you get this droid brand new, it's probably still going to be in that price range. So not too bad. It's a nice droid overall. Happy it's in my collection. And it's a highly recommended one, especially if you're a fan of the astromechs. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will always be more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I just appreciate all your support. And check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. As always, thanks for watching.